The world you live in right now is a trap dressed as a promise. It tells you to be free, but hands you a rulebook instead. It says everyone can win, but rewards the safe and mediocre. It offers comfort, yet steals your fire, your hunger, the thing inside that screams to build something that matters. Every day you see it, how ideas get tamed, how systems that were supposed to lift you only end up locking you in, how the brilliance you know you carry gets smothered by a million empty talks and shallow deals. The truth? This system was never made for people like you, venture partners, the leaders, the rare few who refuse to settle, who burn with a need to create what's next, not just follow what's been done before. Every meeting feels the same questions, the same shallow pitches, the same tired numbers that nobody really believes in. You feel it, don't you? That crushing sense of stagnation, of being stuck playing a role that's expected rather than one you were born to. You're caught between what the world wants you to do and what your gut knows you're meant for. It's exhausting. You wonder if you're fighting a losing battle, if the real power in venture capital has slipped away to the loudest, the most comfortable, the ones who play it safe. You're not alone. Millions of exceptional minds are trapped in this web, misunderstood, isolated, not because you lack talent or vision, but because the system lacks the infrastructure to support raw, radical brilliance. The world forgets that real progress doesn't come from the middle where everyone nods and agrees. It comes from the edge, from those few who reject comfort and consensus, who refuse to live a life borrowed from someone else. Imagine what could happen if that fire, that relentless drive and unique perspective, was not just tolerated, but unleashed. What if there was a new way to build venture capital, a future shaped not by layers of bureaucracy or old-school thinking, but by networks of individuals who are sovereign, aligned, and fiercely collaborative? Not just funds with partners in name, but venture partners in spirit, unapologetically bold, selectively connected, and ruthlessly committed to transforming the game. This isn't about adding more noise or chasing more deals. It's about reimagining the whole system from the ground up, where quality, essence, and radical synergy crush the old patterns of mediocrity. You've probably felt this tension yourself, the urge to break free from cycles where promise goes unfulfilled, where the system's checks and balances actually balance out exactly zero innovation and zero risk worth taking. The frustrating truth is this: the future of venture capital lies in building real ecosystems where rare talents meet their match, where venture partners are not just capital providers, but co-creators, connectors, and carriers of the torch forward. Not the lonely lone wolves or the disconnected guardians of capital, but a living network of rare, aligned individuals who can push past old limits together. To build that requires more than money. It demands a code, a new mindset that refuses to settle for easy answers or flocking to the herd. This new future starts when venture partners shed the chains of old models and embrace sovereignty. Your will is your most powerful weapon. That means no more waiting for permission or fitting into predefined roles. It means daring to be critical, to question every truth you've been told about how investment works, how founders behave, what success means. You can see through the usual scripts because you've lived the cracks in the system firsthand. Being critical isn't cynicism, it's freedom. It's the sharp edge that cuts through illusions and gets to what actually moves the needle. Then you transform. Not just your own practice, but the whole space you operate in. Transformation is messy. It means unlearning decades of habits, breaking down what you thought was a right way, and rebuilding with fire, courage, and clarity. And when you commit to real transformation, you stop settling for optimizing the same old ideas and start redefining what venture can be: fluid, adaptive, deeply human, connected beyond spreadsheets and slides. This is where venture partners become architects, builders of a new infrastructure that supports the rare and the radical. But transformation alone is not enough. To thrive in this new chapter, you have to be selective. In a sea of noise and endless opportunities, the power lies in alignment, finding the few who burn as fiercely as you do. The real magic happens in these small, fierce networks where trust and radical honesty create exponential potential. These connections aren't casual, they're forged through patience, mutual challenge, and a shared refusal to settle for anything less than extraordinary. It's not about adding more people, it's about adding the right people, the ones who amplify your strengths and challenge your blind spots. This is how isolated brilliance becomes aligned power. Patience is the silent force behind all this. The system wants everything now: exits, returns, headlines. But true game changers understand the victory is long-term. Patience means playing the infinite game, betting not on volatility, but on enduring transformation. It means knowing that real impact doesn't show up in quarterly reports, but in years of relentless commitment to growth, learning, and becoming. The greatest venture partners don't chase the next deal for quick wins. They build legacies by nurturing the rare projects and founders that others overlook or misunderstand. So what does this look like in practice? First, it means stepping away from the pressure to conform, to the flashy presentations, the safe bets, the cliché metrics that mask real potential. Instead, carve out space for deep, human connection with founders whose vision shakes you. Dive beyond the numbers into their story, their mindset, their willingness to burn bright even when the world dims their flame. And then connect those founders with a network of venture partners handpicked not for convenience, but for shared fire and fierce complementarity. Second, redefine what investment means. Venture partners are no longer just money providers. Become partner creators, building alongside founders, challenging assumptions, opening doors, and transforming resources into relationships. This is about radical collaboration that moves beyond transaction to true co-creation. When every party feels seen, heard, and challenged, the impossible gets unlocked. Third, build infrastructure for the exceptional. The world forgot to design systems for misaligned brilliance, but you can be part of that change. Use technology, community, and bold practices to weave together individuals from different continents, backgrounds, and perspectives, turning difference into strength, isolation into synergy. This network isn't about losing your edge to belong. It's about sharpening your edge by belonging only where your fire is matched. The future of venture capital isn't safe. It isn't neat. It is raw, real, and relentless. It demands you burn your bridges with the past, refuse comfort, and rise above the noise. But for those willing to step into this wild new frontier, the reward is a space where your real power shines. A space designed for the extraordinary, built by the few who dare to refuse the rules and make their own. This is a call to those who feel the impossible pull of destiny, tugging quietly underneath their daily grind. To those who know they were made for more than just funding rounds and board seats, they were made to be torchbearers, culture shapers, future builders. Venture partners aren't just stakeholders in companies, they're architects of the future itself. And that future begins with a movement of select few burning brightly enough to light the way for everyone else. There is no map, no shortcut, no easy path. But there is a path carved by relentless purpose, radical alignment, and fierce collaboration. Stop being a product of a broken system. Become the solution the system forgot. Build your network not by numbers, but by essence. Harness your fire as your weapon. Be critical. Be transformative. Be selective. Be patient. The future isn't coming. It's here. It's built around venture partners ready to take the leap, to ignite change, to finally unleash what the world has kept locked away. Are you ready to stop waiting? To step beyond the noise? To join that circle of rare, aligned few who don't just invest, but become unstoppable creators? Because the future of venture capital depends not on systems or titles, but on you, on your will, on your courage to burn. This is your moment. This is your call. The system failed to make way for the exceptional. So build it yourself. Venture partners. This is the future you are destined to own.